We are live now. As you can see, I already have my eyebrows done. We're just gonna go ahead and do our face and do our makeup. I did not wash my hair today, so this is second day old hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and just style it, recurl it. As you can see, it's gone flat. I did blow dry it a little bit. We did go to the gym this morning, so I do blow dry it in between like the hair extensions because it does get like a little sweaty. I did add a little bit of dry shampoo in between just to kind of give it a little refresh. But that is it. As you can see, if you want to see how I do my eyebrows, I've done them live in the previous ones. It's just I feel like this is what takes me a little bit longer to do. So I want to go ahead and get started, especially because it's Friday. It is such a windy day here where I'm at. Let me go ahead and add a little bit of moisturizer. I do have the Pond's here, just a little bit. I already added some earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit more, especially because it's so windy, it's so dusty. As you could hear it a little bit in my voice. This just does not do good with my allergies. So and just like being so dry and dusty, it really dries out my skin. So a little moisturizer does not hurt anybody. So just add a little bit extra. Let me add some of this one, the Hydro Plus. It's a primer and moisturizer duo. So just gonna add a little bit on the cheeks, chin, and the forehead. How are you guys doing today? It is Friday. Any plans for Friday? I can't believe it's Friday again already. The week is flying by. Right now, I'm getting ready. We're gonna go to the library to print out something because I don't have my printer here. And then I go to the post office. Hello, hello. So I'm just priming my face right now. Like as you could see, I already have the brows done. So I'm just making sure that gets worked into the face. And then I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes. So we could go ahead and put some eyeshadow. So just making sure that gets worked in there. Let me go ahead and just dry it out. Today I think I'm going to use a different eyeshadow palette. Let me see. Thinking of using an oldie but a goodie. The Modern Renaissance one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in with this one. So this is an I actually rebought this one. I got it like back in 2016, but recently I got it. But as you could see, I put in some work on it, so we're gonna go ahead and use that today. Let me go ahead and prime my eyes. So just gonna add a little bit of concealer to the eyes. And that's just kind of like the base, the primer for the eyeshadow. All right, so just setting that. And I'm just blending it out with the big brush. And then I'm going to set it with some powder. I'm gonna grab just a fluffy brush like this and set that powder. So just gonna pick up a little bit of powder, dust it off. And set that concealer. So I'm wearing like a sweater. It's a little fresh in here. So I'm wearing a sweater, but it does have like some orange tones. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of orange to the eyes. All right, so now that they're set, we are ready. All right, so let me go ahead and pick up my Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to start off with probably picking up on these two. This is the Raw Sienna and the Burnt Orange. So I'm going to go ahead and dabble into both of those. Picking up a fluffy brush like this. So I'm going to just pick up both back and forth, tap that excess, and start at the corner. So how's everybody doing? How's their Friday going? Any plans? Today we took we did a bike class. What is it? Like one of those it's super fun because you're like on a bike. Like it's like a stationary bike, but you could change the resistance on it. All right, so, and it's a workout on your legs for sure. I think it's your whole body, your arms, your legs. Super fun. All right, so I'm just blending out those colors. I am gonna go in with a deeper one. Let me see. So this is actually the brush that comes in the palette. Thank you for the like. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this one. It's like a burnt orange one. It's called Real Gar. So I'm gonna pick it up on the brush, obviously pat away, and then start from the outer corner and into the crease. So like that, into the crease. And then right now I'll blend them. So it's a little bit pigmented, and then right now I'll just blend those two. So I know it's a lot, but we're gonna blend. Now watch me whip. Sorry, I don't have any music. I was getting copyrighted by YouTube. And then one of my lives one time didn't have any, like, I was on it for 30 minutes and I didn't realize that I didn't have any sound whatsoever. So I did away with my music. So it's just me, myself, and I is all I got. I'm just cleaning the corner right there. And then I'm just gonna pick up another brush without anything on it, just to blend. Right now, once I do the lid, I will probably go a little deeper, but I'm just gonna leave it like that for now until I do the lid. So again, I'm going to go into that raw sienna and burnt orange, tap, and then start from the outer corner and work it towards the middle. So this one I do want a little bit above the crease. And it's like a lighter, like orangey shade. As you can see, it's like a lighter tone, and then we're gonna go in with that darker one. I'm just going back and forth, blending it above the crease. And then I'm gonna pick up that Real Gar. It's that darker orange. And then on the outer corner, into the crease. And then I will blend. Blend, blend, blend. Just kind of going back and forth, blending that out. I'm gonna go in. This is like a smaller brush. I forgot to show you. I am picking up a little bit of that brown. This one's Cypress Umber. Going into that crease. Just kind of darkening that crease, if you could see. Just making the crease a little darker. And then I'm going to blend it out a little more. Like just lightly blending up. Okay, and I'm going to grab some concealer and clean up the lid. Just going to add a little bit. Then I'm going to pinch my little concealer brush. And I'm trying my best to just keep that inside of the lid. Just like that. Then I'm gonna go in. It's this color called Primavera. As you can see, I use that one quite a bit. Since it's a little bit on the pan side, I am gonna try to pick it up with the brush. Let's see if it picks up. Yeah. Very nice. It's like a nice gold shade. And as you can see, I did not cut the crease all the way because I am going to color that back in. So I just kind of did a little bit over half. And then the outer corner, I'm going in with that Real Gar color, that orangey color. Just in that corner. Then with that little smaller brush, I'm gonna go back into that Cypress Umber. It's that dark brown color. Just to really clean up that crease. Like that. See? What it do, baby boo? Wait, like show your hand coming in. Like the cartoons. Thank you, baby. Oh, guess who else came in? I love you, thank you. Oh, it squirted. Oh, what the heck? Watch terms. No, not now. I gotta watch terms and conditions. I'm drinking my Form Energy Paradise Punch. This is not an ad. This is just delicious. So good. So refreshing. Tastes like fruit punch. All right, so I'm just tapping in that Real Gar. Look at that. Excuse me. I didn't pick up anything. I'm just kind of going over the crease again, and then I'm going to blend it out. Blend it out. Honestly, blending is the name of the game. Like, I really think you don't have to be good at eyeshadow. You just gotta be good at blending, and it just makes it look good. Just blend it out. But see, you got the brown, you got the orange, you got the gold. Really nice. All right, I think I am happy with so far what it looks like. So let's move on to this eyeball. And I'm gonna pick up that concealer. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, this wind and my allergies are not good together. All right, so I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, adding it to the lid. And then I'm going to use my concealer little brush. Just gonna pinch it. Just like that. And then just cleaning up the lid so I could go in with the eyeshadow. All right, so it looks good. I didn't go all the way because I am gonna deepen the outer corner, so I don't need to do the concealer all the way. So I'm grabbing the brush that comes with it, and I'm picking up that Primavera color. Primavera. And then just dabbling that onto the lid, or just kind of patting that color onto the lid. And it sticks once I have the concealer. So just patting that on. Then I'm going to pick up that Real Gar and that Cypress Umber, just like a little bit, and then deepen the outer corner. Just kind of packing that onto the outer corner, tapping that in, and bringing it forward. All right, and then I'm going to go in with that little brush that looks like this, and just kind of going back over the crease with that Cypress Umber. It's like a darker brown. Just in the little crease. And then blending that up. I'm blending that out. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of that Real Gar. Just want to make sure you could see that like burnt orangey color coming through. Coming through, I'm coming through. All right. I'm just gonna blend it. I was wondering why this one looked different than this eye, but I haven't cleaned up this eye. So that makes sense why it doesn't look put together yet. All right, so let me clean that up because it doesn't look clean. And all I do is just use a little makeup wipe and brush it upward. There we go. Looks a little bit better. Yeah, we got the browns, the orange, the gold. We're moving right along, y'all. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and add some mascara. I'm going to curl my lashes, but before I do that, if I could find it, oh, here it is. I'm going to add some of that jelly poreless primer onto my cheeks before I go in with the foundation. And this is just going to help like minimize my pores, especially on my cheeks and my nose. That's where I have them. And I like to kind of like dab it in. Dab, 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 dab. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and curl those lashes. All right. So I'm using my Haley's Eyelash Curler. I put them through, I squeeze, then I'm going to go ahead and just pulse it a little bit. And then the next eye, push the eyelash through and then pulse. Just like that. And then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Colossal Bubble Wand Mascara. Colossal Bubble Mascara. So I just do this because I want my natural lashes to blend in with the false lash. So just like that, and then we are ready. I do like using a wet sponge for my foundation. And I'm using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is in the color 128. I'm between the 128. Wait, this one's not it. Toss that one away. Just kidding. I'm between the 128 and the 220. I haven't done this in a while, but I am going to go ahead and mix it with the Bobbi Brown. This is a weightless skin foundation. This one's in the color Neutral Warm Sand. All right. So I'm going to pour a little bit of the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. Ugh. And then I'm going to pour a little bit of that Bobbi Brown, baby. Just one pump. And one's like a little, like just like a hint lighter. You can see, but they both blend in so nice together. So let me go ahead and what I do is I dab my cheek, and my chin, my forehead, and my nose. And just kind of lightly pat that. And I would say it is buildable coverage. Like if you want more, you could definitely add more, but I don't find myself adding more than this. I think it's like a perfect amount and a perfect amount of coverage as well. But as you can see, it does a great job with like evening out my skin tone. It obviously gets rid of all the redness. I have redness like on my nose. It hides any blemishes. As you can see, I had like a little pimple peeking right here. Boom, it hit it. And I don't put any underneath my eyes. Hold on. I have a little pelito right here. There we go. And it was getting in the way. So, okay. So, yeah, I don't add any underneath my eyes because I'm going to go in with concealer. And then I do tend to drag any foundation that I have left over just down the neck. Just so you don't see a harsh line. I'm just wanting to blend all of that out. Make sure to get the forehead in between the nose. And then once that's nice and blended, then we're going to go in with some concealer. Where is my concealer? Okay, for my concealer, I do like the L'Oreal Infallible. This is in the color 360 Cashmere. Cashmere, yeah. I like to add some to the inner corners, down the nose, on the forehead, on the chin, the little cupid's bow, and then anything that I have left over, then I will extend to underneath the eyeballs. Just to really highlight those areas. Then sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I just use the damp sponge. I'm just gonna start blending that out. And just like lightly patting it. It is a damp blender, so it does a good job with spreading out. And then down the nose. And then I'm gonna blend underneath the eyes. And then I'm gonna use the other tip just to get like in that little crease. And just like that. I'm gonna pick up this little brush. Just to get in that little corner. All right. So once that's nice and blended, I'm gonna go in. As you can see, it's all one solid color. So I want to add some warmth to the face. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible, and this is in the color 420 in the color Cocoa. And I just add a little bit to my hand, just like that. And then I'm going to pick up a flat brush like this and pick some of that up. And then start kind of contouring those areas. Like creating that illusion of like some cheekbones. And this is just the way that I do my makeup. This is like my everyday go-to makeup routine. I know there's many other great makeup ways out there, but this is again just how I do it. This is how I do my makeup every single day. So if it looks a little different than what you're used to, it probably is. But this is just kind of what I do. And if I learn something new and I start doing something different, then I will go ahead and kind of walk you through that. But right now, this is kind of just what I do on a day-to-day basis. Right now, I'll clean that up too. So just like that. And then I kind of go against the jawline. I know it looks a little crazy. I will definitely clean that up right now. I'm going to flip my brush and just kind of blend up. All right, and then I'm going to add a little bit of blush, liquid blush. And then everything I am using liquid for, I am going to set with powders. So I'm using this one, and it is in the color Honey. And I know it's going to be a lot, but again, we will set with powder. So all of this is not going to look as drastic or dramatic once we put the powders over it. It'll actually blend, like peek through, but not like, oh my God, what the heck. You kind of just got to trust the process. And I just lightly pat that. All right, and then I know it looks crazy, but we're gonna go ahead and set that. Now for underneath the eye, I do use the Infallible Blur Affection. Just tap it to get the powder out. I don't know if I'm running out of it. I still see some. Might have gone a little crazy with the blush, but we'll fix that right now. All right, so I got a little bit on the lid right here. But before I go in with the powder puff to fix that, I do like to go one more time back in to that concealer and just make sure that I work that into the lines. Make sure I blend it before I add any powder, because I don't want the powder to set when the concealer's like all not blended correctly. So I'm just gonna pick some up on my puff. Then I tap away any excess. I look up. We're gonna just work that powder underneath the eye. Just like that to set the concealer in place. Just like that. So as you can see the difference, how this one gives it more of a blur effect, and right here you could kind of see the lines still. That is why I like to go in with the blender, the puff, and then blend that before I set it. So I look up, then I make sure I pat in all the concealer to underneath the eye, get in between those fine lines. Before I set it. So then I pick some of that powder up. I pat away any excess. And then I set right underneath that eye. Just like that. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with this one to fit me. It's the 120 Classic Ivory, and I'm just gonna clean up right here the cheeks. Pick some up like that. Same thing over here. I'm basically setting all those areas that we added concealer to. And then right now I'll go over my full face. Just with a bigger brush. With this kabuki brush, same thing, pick some up, pat some away, and just set the whole face. And then with a little brush, not adding any product, and then I'm just going to clean up those other areas that I did go over. Like the nose, the cheeks, under the eyes. And then once I went over with the powder, now I'm gonna go over with powder. So I'm gonna use a powdered bronzer. This is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. Pick up a little bit on an angled brush. Just go over those areas one more time. This one smells so good. I really like this one. And then we're gonna use some blush. Where is it? Oh, here it is. For blush, I'm gonna be using my Frankie Rose Cosmetics. This is the Let's Do Makeup palette. I'm gonna pick some of that blush up. Super nice pinky blush. And dab the cheeks. It also has a bronzer. I'm just gonna pick some up. All right, I think we're good. Let me go underneath the eyes. And you could always add more. You could take away. You don't have to use as much. You could skip some of these steps. There are no rules to makeup. And I'm just gonna take off any powder or foundation I might have gotten on my lips. Because I will be using a lippy right now. So here is my Modern Renaissance. I add a little bit more of the Real Guard to the outer corner of this eyeball. So I'm going to use like a little smudgy brush. And I'm going to pick up some of that dark brown. Just like a little dab. And go. Just kind of smudge it underneath the eye. Just like that. And then with the Real Guard, I'm going to pick up the other side of the brush. It's kind of like a fluffy brush. Make sure to pat it, and I'm going to blend that out. See how like it looks so harsh right now? So I'm basically using both of the colors that I used on the outer corner. And just blending that color out. Then right now we'll add some mascara to underneath the lashes, and now I'm going to do the same thing to this eye. I'm going to use that Cypress Umber underneath the lash line. And this is the darker brown color. Using the smudger side. And then with this side, I'm going to pick up some of that Real Guard. See how it looks like harsh like that? And we're going to blend it. We're going to blend it out. And then we're going to add some mascara to the bottom lashes. I'm going to put a little bit of chapstick. Just don't like my lips feeling dry. A little bit of mascara. that. I'm going to brush on my brows real quick. I'm just going to add a few little hair strokes to the front of them using this one right here. It's like a little pencil, I guess. It's like an eyebrow marker. It just creates like little hair-like strokes. But since I added like foundation and stuff like that, it kind of went over them. And I had already previously done my brows before coming on the live. So it was just a few on the front. All right, so let's add some eyeliner. Where is my liner? Let's see if this one has any. This is like an eyeliner pen, but I've had this one for a while and I got it like off of like one of those like jewelry boxes stores. They sell like imitation jewelry. It was like $1 or $2. Still had a little bit, so it helped me create that outline. This is what it looks like. So there, got the outline, and then I'm gonna color it in. If I don't have a pen like the one I just showed you, then I just use this one, the e.l.f. So I basically just connect the front to the outer one, like where I created that outline. Hello. So I'm just connecting the two. And one thing, just make sure like your tip is as thin as possible. So really try when you pick up that product just to kind of make it thin, just so you don't outwork it. Thank you. So yeah, I think the eyeliner kind of makes the eyes look put together, and then adding the lashes. So I'm just finishing up, and that's like the last part. The lip, the eyes, I'll go ahead and add some lashes, and then we'll get started with the hair. Alrighty. So we got the liner, and then let me turn on the curling iron. I'm going to be using a bigger one to curl my extensions. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. While that heats up, we'll go ahead and do the lashes and the lips. And then meanwhile, let me get my lashes. Oh yeah, and then I forgot. This is the Wet n Wild Break-A-Proof Waterproof Retractable Gel Eyeliner. I'm going to add some underneath the waterline. This is just gonna make the eyelashes blend a little bit better with your natural lashes so you don't see like a line. So I'm just gonna color the waterline. This is just a gel eyeliner. Just like that. And they call it the waterline for a reason. All right, so let me go ahead and get my lashes. While my curling iron is heating up. And I'm also putting some of my makeup away. All right. Let me do the lippy first. So I'm gonna make sure I don't have any foundation or anything. Next, before going in with the lippy, I'm gonna be using like a brown color. This one's called Dusty Rose. It's like a nice brown shade. And it's a matte shade. Matte, matte, matte. Add a little bit of highlight. I don't have a setting spray, so I'm just gonna add the highlight. And I'm using the Wet n Wild highlight. This is the Precious Petals color. Just like to add a little bit on the nose. Highlight the cheeks. The nose. Shit in the forehead. It just adds that little highlight speckle. Just kidding. Okay, let me get my eyelashes. That's what we were doing. And we got distracted here. And by we, I mean me. I'm just trying to put my makeup in my little makeup bag. So I can start curling my hair. I like to lay out all my makeup. All right, so which one am I gonna use? So these are just the lashes that I use. They're just basic Amazon bundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was like 10 pairs of lashes. All right. So I don't know where I left my other eyelash glue, so we're just gonna use the clear one. So I'm just gonna add some lash glue to the lash band. And this lash glue is clear. So once it dries, it has no color. But I added it to the lash band like that, the glue. And then we're gonna just set it there until it like gets a little bit tacky. You don't wanna go in directly because then your lash is gonna like move all over the place. So let's put it on this one. And you do want to make sure that you know what side your lash is going to go on. Because the lashes, depending whether it's left or right, at the inner corner, it's a lot shorter and then it kind of goes out. It gets a little longer on the outer side. So that's why it's important to know which one's the left and the right. Because you don't want to put the longer side on the inside and then the shorter side on the outside. Kind of gives you like that cat eye effect. me show you. Let me see if I could, because I don't have many eyelashes left. But on the inside of the lash, it's a little shorter and it kind of goes bigger. So you want to make sure, like, you know, like the left and the right apart. You can tell them apart. So while that gets tacky, our curling iron is ready to go. So I'm going to take down my hair. We're going to curl it. I like to just wipe away if in case my hairline got any like powder or anything. I just don't want it to look white. And I'm going to start working from the back to the front. I should probably start, and then once my lashes are ready, then I'll go ahead and add them. So I'm going to separate my hair. Then just using a large clip like this, just going to pin that just so it doesn't get in the way of what we're working with. So I'm going to brush it out. I like to make sure that it's nice and brushed out before I start curling it. Then I'm going to split that. Then I start from the top and work my way towards the bottom. Start from the top, working my way to the bottom. And then release. Same thing over here, I'm just gonna brush it out. Then I split it down the middle. Sorry. All right. There we go. I was sitting on the cord. So then I grab it from the top, twist, and my lashes should be ready right after I finished the last strand. And I kind of just work it on to the way down. All right, but let's put on the lashes. So for my lashes, I'm going to be using a lash applicator. Then I pick it up from the middle. I place it on the middle and then I just adjust it. Just like that. Once it's set, then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of press my natural lash with the false lash together. Just like that. I'm gonna grab a little bit of the lash glue and put it on the outer corner. It's sticking up a little bit, so I just wanna make sure that I glue it down. So just add a little bit to the outer corner. Once that gets tacky, then I'll go ahead and just make sure to press down on it. I'm gonna add a little bit of gloss to the lips. Just like that. And this is the Buxom. All right. So it's good. Okay. So now to continue curling the hair, let me go ahead and separate it. So I work into like little sections. And I'm trying my best to separate it. And I'm filling out for the extensions, kind of where they're at. Right there. And then I do the same thing. I split it down the middle. And then let me set up my mirror here. Then I'm going to brush it out. And then just start working about an inch of hair at a time. And anytime I turn it, I do open the barrel slightly, just because I don't want to pull on the extension. As you could see, you could definitely tell the extensions that are not curled from the ones that I recently curled. And you don't have to leave the curling iron that long on there. As you could see, they curl pretty quickly, just like my normal hair would. I don't add hairspray to them, but you can, because they are human hair. Then this side. I just like to brush it out before I curl it. And then going back in. About an inch of hair. And these are tape-in hair extensions. These are the ones that I glued on myself. If you want to see how I did it, I do have a video available on my channel, just kind of walking you through a little bit basic steps on how it was that I applied them. So far, honestly, I've had them on for a week and they've been great. They haven't fallen off. The sticker, like the glue, is still good. I've washed them already. I've styled them. Pretty much styled them, I think, almost every day, if not like every day. Not every other day, but for the most part, almost every day since I put them on. So I washed them, I blow dry them, I work out in them. And they're still looking good. But this is just 1 week, 1 weekend so far. So far, so good. Just checking to see that haven't missed any spots. And then I'm gonna put my hair down, next part. I'm gonna leave the front of the hair last. And same concept, splitting it down the middle. And working with that hair that's not curled yet. And for the most part, like the top layer of the back is going to be my natural hair. And that's kind of what I left that just so it blends in with the extensions. kind of acts like a little cover, and it just falls and covers the extension. We're almost done. I just need the front part. That was actually pretty quick. Should be done before an hour and a half fully doing my hair and makeup. And mind you, the hair has extensions, so it's a little longer, so I feel like it should take a little bit longer, but I think it's good. So far, so good. All right, last part. And once I'm done, if I need any other sections, I'll just go back and redo them. Oh, sorry. So as you can see, this is my real hair. But I'm still gonna go ahead and curl it. I did leave a little bit of my real hair on the bottom in case I pick it up. It just kind of hides that extension. Then I'm really careful when I brush out my extensions. Just try to get the bottom and then I'll work my way to the top. Once the bottom is detangled. And it is a detangling hairbrush, so I do think that that also helps detangle my hair easier. La 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 la. We're all